Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. You are saying openly we have to be busy with ourselves, not with others. I try to do this, but especially inside Jamaat, it's more difficult. How can we stop judging people inside Jamaat? How can we stop these inner voices which comes from our ego? The worst, this feeling makes you to go far away from Jamaat.
That's good. Don't spend so much time having conversation with your ego and with your shaitan when these voices, they happen. Speak to someone. You speak to your sheikh or your hoja, speak to your hoja. You don't like it, speak to someone else. Speak to a friend, speak to someone. Why is that important? We all know in this way. We've been here for some time, so many of us. The first sign that the ego and the shaitan is being very busy with someone is when the person now in a group, they are putting barricades around themselves and they're being very aloof and alone. And we see something is happening. Sometimes we may ask, but if the door is not opened by the person, we don't enter and we leave it. It's different from someone who is just has nothing to say, doesn't really want to say anything, just wants to be alone. It's completely different. But you see someone that really, we know each other enough, and I spend years looking at you. You don't spend so much time looking at each other maybe, but I spend years looking at you. I can tell if you're sick the minute you enter the door, of course. I will know, Shaykh Effendi sending things to me if something is bothering you. I must. We must. And maybe for 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour, sohbat, you look at me, but for the rest of the time, you look at each other, don't you? We are the same people that you see every day or every weekend for years and years and years and years. What we have is what the whole world wants. To have a small group of people like this or like that you can rely on, that they know you and you know them, that you may go up and down, but you trust that they are able to help you. And the foundation is not just love for each other, it is love for each other for Allah's sake. That is a complete difference now. Because when you turn this into something that is secular, turn this into something that is dunya, the foundation is rotten, it will fall. But we're doing this for Allah's sake. For Allah's sake means what? One day we're helping people they don't appreciate, they curse at us. What? We're going to get upset? We're not going to get upset. We say, oh Allah, Allah gave me the opportunity to do something. It's not me, it is Allah that is doing it. It is Prophet ﷺ, it is my Shaykh that is opening. So a person that doesn't appreciate, it doesn't matter. 124,000 prophets, they all do things for their ummats, the ummat don't appreciate, correct? Why must we think that we are special? This is how you're going to use a sohbat and looking into things that you have difficulty in and trying to put it in to not give explanation, but to let the voice of your shaykh to speak to you. Not the voice of your ego and your doubt and your confusion circling you around and around and around. Because once, and the thing that ego does not want you to do is to speak. Because you know once you start speaking, if you don't speak, everything is very huge and tangled up. Very confusing. But once you speak, you have to make it clear to someone. So many times they say don't speak to, no one will understand you. Because really when you clarify it, the problem becomes smaller. The problem becomes more manageable. In so many cases, the problem becomes really stupid. The problem becomes very trivial. Where the ego says, don't, because this is huge. It means about everything. You bring your past, you bring your future, you bring belief, you bring personality, you bring everything, you start putting it in. Well, it's just a small thing. So you come out from yourself once you start speaking. Now when you start speaking to someone who's close to Shaykh Effendi, that's different. When you start speaking to Shaykh Effendi, then that time, so many times, and you know this, when You make the intention to speak, and you're really asking. You're not holding back. You're asking, but you're not opening your mouth. You just sit in His presence, and the answer comes to you, or the problem just goes away. And the clarity just hits you and says, I got my answer. So the key is in our hands, really, for us to open the door. So, don't have sohbat with your ego and shaitan. Then have sohbat with your brothers, with your sisters, with your sheikh, with those ones in authority that they may help. Maybe you say, I don't want to speak to the sheikh because it's very difficult. Then speak to someone who's close to him. You can make it a little bit easier. Whatever that you're going through, it is not unique. It is not special. It is very common. We've all gone through it, or we will go through it. And we've walked that road before, and we may show you this is how you walk. Avoid this way, avoid that way, jump this way. It'll make it better. No, listen to the ego that says there's no one here who can understand me. That is completely the ego. Sometimes you need to take time out. American time out. You do like this, time out. Okay, but when it becomes more difficult for you to open up, that time out is becoming poisonous. And understand at the end of the day, we're here to fight our ego, not to support it, not to feed it. And look, don't run with your emotions. Understand. Because the emotions is going to make a lot of confusion. Then later on, when that emotion goes away, you're left with the confusion. You're left with the problems. Emotion is no longer there, but you have the problems. Person is jealous for no reason. Seeing this one is talking to this one. Person is angry for no reason. Person is impatient for no reason. Person is arrogant for no reason. Watch yourself. Pull yourself back a little bit. Try to understand. You cannot find an answer, speak to someone. It is impossible. Whatever that you're going through does not have an answer. The answers are everywhere. The signs, the ayats, they are everywhere, but you just need to learn how to read. If you don't know how to read, we can give you the divine ayats directly from Allah. You won't understand anything. And the bottom point is, what is this Jamaat based on? Why are we here for? To worship. You don't get along with this one. Doesn't matter. Are you here to get along with people, or are you here to worship? This is also a very big test for you. You're saying that you are being sincere to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That you want to worship what? When you're in paradise, you want everything to be perfect. You want everything to be paradise. Then you're going to worship. You know what? There's no worshiping in paradise. There's no worshiping in paradise. Be people of paradise. People in paradise, they just say shukr. They're just praising their Lord. So, we are here to worship. Certain things may happen. There's a test for us. Hold on to it. Nothing lasts forever. You go up, you go down. You're meant to go up and down. Because that's what makes your relationship, your friendship to be real. Otherwise, you haven't discovered each other yet. You're just fake. May Allah make us to be sincere, inshallah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu alaikum. This much is enough. I'll see you next week. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah.